Okay, so we're going to continue with the difference of two squares theme. And hopefully on the previous exercise, you were looking through checking for a common factor before you went in with difference of two squares every time. Okay? And this time we're going to put that into practice a little bit more. However, when we looked at that example here in the previous one, 16x squared and 100 were already squares, which is why some students tend to go down this error or this wipeout route here. But in the example that we have here, it's not immediately obvious that we're dealing with a difference of two squares question. Okay? And that's why it's really important that you always look for a common factor first. So if we look at these two terms, we need to look for the highest common factor. Okay? Now, always make sure you've got the highest, otherwise you're going to end up with a situation like this here, where you have a common factor of one of your brackets. That should always tell you that you've not factorized fully if you have a common factor. So here you can see that first bracket has a common factor of 2. So if we go back, our highest common factor, I'll just make a note here. I cannot emphasize how important this is. Our highest common factor is actually 18. Okay? A lot of students would do this, factorize out a factor of 2 or a factor of 6, but our highest common factor is 18. Okay? And if we factorize there, we end up with this expression. Okay? So something that wasn't immediately obvious to be a difference of two squares question initially, now hopefully we can see that it is. Within that bracket, we now have a square number at the start and a square number at the end. So we just need to square root both of those to give us our A and our B. Like so. Okay. And we can be sure that we factorize that fully because within each bracket, we can check, do we have a common factor of the two terms within a bracket? No, we don't. So we did factorize fully initially. So now I want you to have a go at a few of these where they do have a common factor and aren't obviously a difference of two squares to start with. Okay, so that's those. Go for it and then come back for the answers. Okay, those answers should be there. And as you can see, there shouldn't be anything within a bracket that we could factorize any further. And you'd always be expected to factorize fully, even if the word fully is not in that answer. It needs to become automatic to you.